Welcome to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City, broadcasting to you live from Fatopia Studios. In case you hadn't noticed, the lineup of hosts has changed a little. Desiree is off running an errand. She's late for her own show at her own house. Sweet Cheeks is taking a little sabbatical with her daughter, and so is Toxie. She's off in California with her daughter. So it's just me and my sister. This is Chloe, my sister. She has been on the show once before in our first season.
A few times before. I was the resident skinny bitch.
Oh, that's right. Back when she weighed less than 100 pounds. But now she does not. Yay!
Ow.
Did you just hit yourself?
Yeah.
So, she is single. Recently single, I guess.
Not really recent.
I mean, it's been less than a year.
Well, yeah, if you want to call that recent.
Yeah.
Even when we were together, it wasn't really like being in a relationship.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about that at all? Everyone got my side of the story about the psycho meth head living in my home. But you want to talk about that at all? No?
No, not really.
That's okay. You don't have to.
Okay.
So we were talking about you getting back into dating.
Yes.
And you had some interesting points of view on it.
Yeah. I don't really know. Based on my past experiences, I'm not really sure if I want to date right now.
Why?
Well, for one, guys are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They think that we're dramatic, but every guy that I have met since my ex has been completely dramatic. From fishing for compliments, there's this one guy, we'll call him BS because those are his initials. He every 2 seconds will text me and ask me, "Why do you like me?" But or if he doesn't text me by a certain time or whatever, he'll say, "I'm sorry I let you down," or "I'm such a horrible guy. Why are you so nice to me? Why are you so sweet to me?" And finally I told him, I said, "I'm nice to you because nice is the only way I know how to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it in me to be a bitch. I'm just not that person." um
Unless she's pregnant.
right, and then super bitch, that's different, that's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also been the guy that, which you guys talked about on the show recently, that was,
The hair guy?
yeah,
Or
the hair guy. It was
normal dad?
no, it was the hair guy.
Mm.
And he was the one who stormed out of the house and basically broke up with me after a week and a half, and then pretty much tried to get me to beg him to come back. And then there was normal dad, who was normal dad until he drunk dialed me 3 times in one day, day drunk.
Day drunk.
That's not normal dad. So I don't know. I'm nervous about trying to date because I don't know what normal is anymore. I don't know.
So let's see. You had the guy who couldn't come having sex with you,
Right.
and then you right after him was a bunch of guys I don't remember, and then there was the meth head.
Right. Winner.
Winner. And then there was at the same time normal dad and hair guy.
Right.
And then BS has been going on for years.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. BS has been on again, off again because he's in love with this chick who's in love with someone else who he has a child with.
Like, that doesn't complicate shit.
Right. Which is another reason why I keep my distance with BS, because it's BS.
It's complicated BS.
Exactly. And I don't want the drama. I'm there for him as a friend because I understand he's going through some shit. But I also don't want to get too close because every time I start getting close, he goes back to his ex.
Yeah, because that's how guys are.
Right.
They're like,
please treat me like shit. I love it.
I kind of dated a guy for a long time. I don't even know if you would call it dating really, but we were friends. We met under the pretenses of dating because we met online on I think it was Plenty of Fish actually. God. And we went on a date. We had a great first date. He looked forward to the second date. Talked about what a fabulous person I am and how I'm everything he's ever looked for in a woman and blah blah blah. And then he's going through all this shit with his ex-wife. And so I was there for him, and I think that was that date, and then almost a year later we went on another date. But the entire time we talked and chatted and texted, and he talked about what a fabulous person I was and everything he ever wanted me to be. And I'll never date another stripper again. Man, I brought the stripper back to my house, and I just like. And then when I called him on his bullshit in the very first season of this show, I called him cocksucker Brian, and somehow he got wind of the show and he started listening. And he called me one night after the show, and I hadn't talked about him on that show. And so we were talking, or no, I had talked about him on that show. We were talking after the show, and he goes, "So who's this cocksucker Brian douchebag? He sounds like an asshole." And I'm like, "It's you. You're a cocksucker, Brian.
That's
Why am
awesome.
I a fucking cocksucker? You're a fucking cocksucker because I helped you pack your shit and move it out of your house, and you promised to make me dinner in this new apartment you were moving into that I have never seen, and you keep promising me, and keep telling me, oh, it's time's not right. But then you call and talk to me and tell me about all of these hookers you keep bringing back to your place and strippers
Right.
and all the blow that they're doing in your place and getting you in trouble. And you want to know why I'm upset? I'm like, I
And you
have
don't
been there for
understand
you
why
for
you're a
like a year
cocksucker.
and a half. I have been your friend. You knew that I was at one point romantically interested in you. Now I just want to be your friend. And now you treat me like bullshit. You treat me like shit
Right.
because you promised me all these things and you're a man of your word, but you have never kept a promise to me. And he's like, that's a fucking lie. And I'm like, you know what? You can lose my fucking phone number. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to be your friend
Right.
anymore.
You get to that point where you can only take so much until you finally snap and just decide that you're better than that.
Right.
And it really sucks that every guy I've been with, I've had to get to that point with.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
gotta, I
I'm a
gotta,
very laid back, very easygoing person. I I tend to think that I'm level headed, except maybe when I'm on my period, because who is? But, but for that being said, if you're laid back, they say like attracts like. Why am I attracting crazy?
well, you do have a little bit of crazy in you.
Not that much.
I know we can blame some of it on the hormones, but I distinctly remember a time when you went batshit crazy with a pair of scissors and some DVDs.
Yeah, that's because I found out that my ex cheated on me. So I cut up, and it wasn't scissors, it was a razor.
Yeah.
Just a straight, like one of those X-Acto knife box shaped razors. I cut up every single piece of clothing that he owned, every single porno DVD, every single everything.
That's pretty
I'm
fucking
sorry,
crazy.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, you can't blame all that crazy on pregnant.
You don't cheat on me when I'm pregnant with your child, or you're not gonna have clothes left,
Is that
bitch.
mom?
Yes, that was mom.
So we're going through this thing with my mother. I've talked
Oh,
about my mom on the show a couple of times before. And she married her boss, so she had to quit her job. And now suddenly she's run out of money because let's go figure. You don't have any money and you don't have a job. There's no way to replace said money. I'm all tangled up in my cords. Well, we live in a house she owns and we pay rent, and that includes utilities, but it's not enough to cover everything. But that was the understanding when we moved in there because we're both single moms.
right.
And
Which means I'm a broke ass bitch.
broke ass bitch. And so we've worked out an arrangement with her, and it was supposed to be, whatever it was supposed to be. But now suddenly she wants to reduce some of the cost because it's kind of getting expensive, although the costs really haven't gone up that much
At all.
at all, And so she starts talking about how she wants to reduce the cable bill. And I'm like, okay, we can get rid of 3 of the receivers and we can do this and this, and
And
I
turn in
can
the other two that,
are just sitting there not being used.
right.
And that'll drop the bill down $50, and then I can take over the bill. Oh, well, I'm just looking for savings. Well, that will save you $150 a month. I can take over the bill. I'm okay with that. And then she's like, "Oh, and you guys need to find your own service plan because we're on a family plan. We have been for ages." I can't even remember. I know my son was an infant when we got the family plan.
No, I was
I joined the
16.
family plan when my son was an infant. I wasn't on it until then. I had my own phone plan up until then. And then my
Okay, so
mom
you've been
said,
on it for at least 10 years then. I've been
yeah,
on it for 12.
yeah, I've been on it for 10 years. And at the time, mom said, don't ever have to worry about paying for it. This is my gift to you. It's not that much. We can afford it. Now, every phone that has been on that plan, every upgrade that I have ever done, any overage that has ever happened, I have paid for. And now she wants to find her own plan. And I said, okay, give us a month, two at the max, to find a plan that we can afford and whatnot. And uh, within 24 hours, I came back with her and said, okay, we have two options for us to go. One's going to require a little
She's calling.
upfront. Oh, yeah, you should probably talk to her.
Okay.
You take that call. And I said, if you can help us out with the upfront,
Hello.
we can be off of it by the next month. And she hasn't replied to me. So, anyway, it's been interesting, to say the least. But, oh, I got text messages. Oh, they're from the school. Ah. So, yeah, that's what we're going through right now with my fabulous, fabulous, fabulous mom. So, yeah, that's my mother calling right now. We have been texting her all day about our plans for this, and she hasn't called us back until we sent her a picture of a house that was burnt. The house in our neighborhood caught fire, and we got to see really sexy firemen. It's quite a terrible thing to be very happy about that tragedy, if only because of sexy firemen.
And they all heard me tell them all that they were hot.
She's like, God damn, that one's hot. And he smiled.
No, my exact words were, they're all fucking hot, aren't they?
Yep. They're firemen. Yeah, they're hot. They're in the middle of a fire.
The uniform makes them hot. And so does the fire.
Well, and the
Technically.
fact that they can complete a fireman's course, which means they have to carry some heavy ass equipment up like 4 flights of stairs and back down again with all of their equipment on there. Some motherfuckers.
You can carry me any day of the week.
Yeah. When you see a fat fireman on TV, that's not usually the case. I have never seen an actual fat fireman.
I've never seen a fat fireman.
Unless he's just an inspector, then they're sometimes a little chubby because they don't have to do all the running up
The
and
inspector
downstairs.
today was hot too, though.
Oh yeah, the inspector today was hot too.
It's
Older,
like
little
they,
silver
it's like
fox
they
thing going
specifically
on.
put out a phone call and said, we need the hottest fireman that you can find in the Las Vegas Valley to report to this fire.
Engine number 69, sexy 69. We need you to report to a fire in this neighborhood.
Oh,
My pants are on fire.
right.
Put them out.
Actually, one of my friends, he's super fucking hot. He was a senior when I was a freshman. And we just recently became friends on Facebook. Single dad of 3
That's too much drama.
boys.
That's way too much drama.
Right. But anywho, so he was telling me about how he's taking all of his courses to become a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said something about putting my cat in the tree to get him to come over. And no, I said, do I need to set a fire to see you, to get you to come over? And he goes, do you know how many chicks have said that? I said, okay, fine then. I'll put my cat in a tree and pretend like she's stuck. Is that better? Now I'm original.
Come save my pussy.
Exactly. I'm glad you got that. He didn't get it.
No.
No.
Boys. They're so silly.
If I'm talking about any cat to a hot guy, you can always make it relative to my pussy.
Pussy. I'm pulling up the chat, you guys. It's going to take a minute and everything kind of slows down.
Fun.
Yay. So, where's nobody logged into chat? What's wrong with you people? Get logged in. Let's chat. Ask us some questions. Ask her questions. Ask me questions. Howdy, y'all.
Unless you're all just drunk and forgot about the show because you're partying it up for Memorial Day.
Right, because nobody got to work tomorrow.
Right.
That's some bullshit. Although I don't have to work tomorrow either, so it's okay.
We're getting shit-faced on iced tea.
Yeah. That's one of the sad parts. We went to a barbecue today.
Speaking of iced tea, is there any beef jerky left?
That's a great segue. We went to a barbecue today, and they had all of these great like mixers and sexy drinks and all kinds of shit going on, and we were just like, we're good. We have iced tea.
I had Red Bull.
She had Red Bull. I don't drink as much as I used to. Although they did recently see me seriously shit-faced on the show. Because we did a show here, and there was a party going on, and we were drinking, so I got drunk. I didn't have to drive home. Actually, what happened was Callie guy and I met in the kitchen about halfway through the party and halfway through the show, and we both at like the same time said, "I think you're gonna have to drive," and he was like, "Damn." I'm like, "Well, I can stop drinking," and he goes, "No, I'll stop."
Aw,
That's because
that's love right there.
that's love right there. I'll let you be an alcoholic tonight. I'll carry you out. Although he didn't have to because I didn't. I mean, I got drunk, but I didn't get that drunk.
Pretty sure I took the last big piece of beef jerky.
That's all right.
My bad.
You know what I miss? There used to be jerky that was shredded, like chew,
And it came in that little round
and it
plastic
came in a
container.
can that looked like chew.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that shit,
Me too.
but I don't make it anymore because
Because it's too reminds people too much. It resembles chew too much.
chewing tobacco. Chew by chew. For those of you who are not from the South, is chewing tobacco. Although they call it chaw sometimes. Why don't you bring me my can of chaw? I actually have a funny story about that. A little racist. My mom, when she was little, the only black person who lived in the town she lived in chewed chewing tobacco. So every time she saw him, he spit brown. And because all the white people she knew spit white, she just thought brown people spit brown juice and white people spit white juice.
That is awesome. I never knew that. That's
Yeah.
great.
I can't remember when she told me that.
She's like, Mama, why do black people spit black?
Although, because her mother was a devout Mormon and black people weren't allowed in the church at the time, she'd have told them because they're sinners in the eyes of God. Yay, religion!
Oh, God.
So anyway,
Macy will never grow up like that.
no, my son doesn't either. He'll talk about it. We're like, I have friends. I have brown friends. I'm like, are they different from you? He goes, they're brown.
That's about it.
That was about it. I got brown friends. I got pink friends. He goes, we're not white, we're pink. Which is true.
That's very true.
Kind of peachy.
Right?
Although, if you see me in a bathing suit, I'm kind of pasty.
I'm more like a translucent white.
I look a little bit more like a ghost.
Slightly like the guy Powder. Have you seen that movie?
I love that movie.
Little on the albino side.
A little on the powder side. Look who it is. If you're interested in talking about the drama, we'll tell you about the hot cop that was here. Okay. We've seen some sexy ass men in uniforms lately.
I saw the cutest picture on Facebook yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how some parents will like have their kids up on their shoulders and they'll hold their hands and stuff? This lady's kid was standing on her butt because she had a shelf butt and she was holding his hands like this, and it was the cutest freaking picture I think I've ever seen in my life. It was adorable.
I wish I had a shelf butt.
I do too.
You at least have a nice round booty. I ain't
Barely.
got no ass. I got no ass.
Hey, at least you have tits.
This is true. But I don't have anything to counterbalance them. So we were talking last week about
Yeah, and
how
I don't have anything to counterbalance my round ass.
if I wear a backpack, I can't bend over at the waist because it makes me too top heavy. I just fall straight forward.
Did you do
I
that?
have nothing to. I have done that before.
Nice.
Yeah, when I was in school and I had a heavy ass backpack, and yeah, I had to learn real quick. I can't bend over at the waist. I have to squat.
Yeah,
I
I've
gotta
never
keep
had
my-
that problem.
Got to keep my center of gravity.
Although if I stand up too fast from a squatting position, I can tend to fall backwards.
Yikes!
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm hiccuping. All right. So, you know what I think we're going to do today? I think we're going to. I know you said you weren't really interested in dating, but I think we should at least go on a couple of sites and cruise them and see if there's anyone you'd be interested in.
I can do that.
And you
I
can
don't
tell
mind.
us why or why not. Okay, well, let's take a quick little break. Let me get the music going again. And I just have my music on shuffle, so you're going to be listening to quite the selection of things. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after these.